I was on Reddit scrolling through posts yesterday, and I came across a post where an individual stated that they were $150,000 in debt and had absolutely no way to pay it back. And they showed the amounts that they owed on credit cards, and they were big numbers. And there are a lot of Americans who are in the same boat, who have ran up debt, perhaps got a pink slip or some type of medical ailment that put them out of work, and now they have all this debt and no way to pay it back. And this individual was more than $150,000 in debt. And I believe they stated they were 32 years old. And if you get in that type of debt, unless you're making a good six-figure salary, it's going to be almost impossible to pay that money back. Just the monthly interest alone on some of those credit cards were over $1,000. Now, from just reading the post, this seemed like a male, a guy. And I don't know how guys can get in that type of debt. I know a lot of women who have shopping habits, but as a man, what are you spending? What are you purchasing that's going to run your credit cards up $150,000? And it just has me scratching my head. Now, that does mean one thing. You're living way above your means, because just to get some of these credit limits, you're going to be needing a six-figure salary for any of these banks to even give you a credit limit that large. And if you're making that type of money, you're already doing better than the average Joe. To run your credit cards up that much means that you're spending even more money than you're taking in. You're living way above your means. And there are a lot of Americans. I'd say a good 70% of Americans are living above their means. And this is what's going to get a lot of people in financial trouble. And when you have that type of debt, it's only going to get worse. Because if you can't pay it off and you start missing those credit card payments, your credit score is going to get trashed. And then it's going to be very difficult for you to get a good paying job. Then the next thing, depression is going to set in. And we pretty much know where it goes from there. But it's just tough to see some of these stories. And in a lot of cases, people are going to learn a very hard lesson. And this person probably won't have a credit card for a decade. And their lifestyle of living high is going to go low very quickly. And you're going to have a lot of Americans in this same boat. A few years from now, you'll be able to look around and tell who is being practical with their money. Now, folks, with these bankruptcies that we're seeing, and in some cases, liquidation, this stuff is going to have a spiraling down effect on the economy. 10,000 people getting axed over here, 15,000 people over here getting the pink slip. This stuff adds up. And you're just going to have a lot of people who are going to be on the sidelines. And that's going to mean less spending, less consumer spending. And that's going to put more pressure on the next retailer that has a high amount of debt. And this is going to continue spiraling down. And by the time the TV talking heads and the media report on what's really happening in this economy, it's going to be too late. This economy is going to be hollowed out. America is going to be finished. There's going to be no pulse left, nothing to resuscitate. And that's where we're headed. Now, one of the things that I'm noticing and have noticed in the past few years is the increase in homelessness and the change in the demographic of homelessness. Now, throughout my lifetime, most of the people that I've seen that have been homeless, the predominant amount of people who have been homeless has been black males, guys like myself. And in the last few years, I've noticed a stark difference. And you're seeing a lot of white individuals, a lot of white women, and a lot of drug use. Now, you still have a dominant amount of people who need mental help, but I'm starting to see a lot of families, a lot of non-blacks on the streets, homeless. And I tell you what, if we get this next bout of inflation, like I believe we will, and we see gas prices $1 and $1.50 and sustain that amount for 6 months to a year, you're going to see homelessness double, triple in this country. And you're going to see a lot of homeless people that you wouldn't think would be on the streets. You're going to see families with little kids. You may see people who look like you on the streets. Now, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.